This is Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by former unified world champion Amir Khan and a new signing on a managerial sense, Tal Singh. How are you guys doing?
Doing really well, thanks.
All good, all good.
Now, I don't want it to be awkward as you're talking about each other in front of each other, but Amir, I'll start with you. What was it?
Yeah.
What is it about Tal that made him? Because you've not gone into management in such a big way before. Why is this the guy to make you make that move?
So we've been training when it was COVID. Obviously, I have my own academy, so we were in the gym, we were training together, and I thought, he's a good fighter. Obviously, he kept saying to me, "I'm going to turn over one day." So I thought this might be the best time that we work together and I start, managing some fighters, and I saw a lot of talent in him. So he's a tasty fighter. Not only that, though, what makes it even better is that I'm a Pakistani Muslim. He's a Sikh. I really believe that there's a lot of potential out there where he can open the door to a lot of young fighters, just like I did for the Pakistani community. Like if you look at all Eddie Hearn's or Frank Warren's cards, there's a lot of Pakistani boxers now. So I think that, now taking Tal on board, I think will give me the experience as well, what's it like managing a fighter. I've always been out there helping other people, but never managed them. So I thought, let me try this now. Obviously, my boxing's coming towards an end. I'm looking at maybe one last fight or two last fights. And in the meanwhile, I can keep myself busy, have my foot in the door with boxing by signing fighters and getting them the right fights. And also, it's about not only signing them, but it's about putting them on the right path. I know where I made my mistakes. I don't want my fighters to make the same mistakes. Get them to that world title level. I know everything. Got really good relationships with all the promoters across the whole world. America being or wherever. I fought the biggest arenas and obviously work with all the promoters. So if you think about it, how many promoters I work with, Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn, then I went to America, Golden Boy, Al Heyman, Bob Arum. So really I work with all the top guys. And obviously I have the Amir Khan promotions, which then we did a joint promotion with them. So, my job now is to get him a promoter and put him out there. Look, we are in talks with, we want to talk to Eddie, and we're in talks with like Frank Warren. So we're going to see what's the best options for him and to get him right to the top level. So, boxing it could be a tough sport if you're not managed right, and advice, and I know I can give him the right advice, make sure that he's going to be looked after.
And Tal, tell us a little bit about your boxing background, what in your amateur career so far.
Yeah, I've had 14 fights as an amateur, won a national title, and again, experience is the key here moving forward as a pro. So like for me, I want to take things step at a time, because I know in 14 fights isn't a lot of fights. A lot of these guys who turn pro, they've got triple the experience. So I know how tough it's going to be, but I know I've got the best guy behind me. So I'm just really excited.
And listening to your accent, you're not from Bolton, are you?
No, I'm from Liverpool. Yeah, I'm from Scouser.
Yeah. There's no disguise.
It doesn't have to be from Bolton. All over the place. We're gonna sign them all, man. We're gonna look after the young fighters. Doesn't matter where they're from. Like so, everything nowadays, you're a Zoom call away or a phone call away, so we can make it happen.
So what's the plan, guys? When are we going to see Tal turn over? I know you said you're looking for a promoter, but when are you looking to get out?
So I want Tal to be out in summer, and in the next couple of months, his professional license has come through. Everything's cleared there, which is great news. And now it's about sitting down with the right promoters and seeing what they can offer. So that's what we want to. Sorry, I lost it. So that's what we want to do. We want to sit with the right promoters, get everything moving forward, and then we take from there.
And is Tal likely to be the first of many in terms of building up a stable of fighters?
Definitely. I'm going to be very picky. See, when I met Oscar De La Hoya, he told me a story. He said when he was a fighter and he went into the management and then promoting, he signed everyone. And he goes, it become too much. You can't really focus on the quality fighters. I only want to sign the quality fighters. And obviously Tal being one of them, hopefully move forward and start signing more fighters, because, I want to keep myself busy. And I know I've got the experience to take the fighters to that next level, plus the good contacts with all the top promoters and people. So, yeah, let's make it happen.
And Tal, what weight will you be competing at when you start your pro journey? And is Amir someone that you watched when you were younger as well, as you were just getting into the sport?
Oh, listen, I've got a trophy in my living room that I've had in there for 8 years, and it was for my second amateur bout. And it says on there, it says Amir Khan, Bolton bout winner. So my second fight, he was actually there as an amateur. Yeah. And, to say...
Even then, on a swim, I was like, damn, I hope he's not my weight.
Yeah. It's amazing. Like, it's still, words don't justify how amazing it is to have him on board behind me. And, he is an inspiration. And to even be training alongside him every day in the gym, it's surreal.
And look, we obviously, when I fight again, I want him to fight on my card as well. And it'll be great exposure for him to build him up. And I think that's what we want to do, basically give something back to boxing and give something back to the fighters.
Well, I'm glad to hear it's when you fight again rather than if. You said you've got 1 or 2 fights left in the tank. Any idea when and who against and that kind of thing?
Listen, when we spoke first time, which was a very long time, you never had white hair. Now you got the white hairs coming through now. So it shows how long I've been around. You need to give me a little bit of a break, man. I mean,
look, stressful my life's been.
I think it's just time. That's how long we've been in the game, And I think another 1 or 2 at least. I want to fight. Yeah, I want to. Look, we just talked about the Kell Brook fight now. So let's make that fight happen. I think there's always been talks about it. So I thought, I can't retire without not having it. Now, I just hope that Kell's team are not going to start playing games and they're not responding. So I got Eddie on board. I said to Eddie, look, we'll make it happen. Spoke to him last week. He was very happy. It was let's make it happen. And if Kell didn't want it, which the call with Eddie and Kell's dad wasn't really something that they wanted, which was quite strange. Eddie did say, look, I'll get you another fight somewhere.
That's good news. And I'll ask you both, Amir, you'll have more of an insight into this, I think. Oscar De La Hoya, you mentioned earlier, has said he's now definitely coming back. There's been talk about it for a while. He's got a date in mind now as well in the summer. Is it a good move or is it not the most sensible at his age?
Look, Eddie's in a position, Oscar's in a position where he normally, obviously, when he fights, look, he still pulls in the TV revenues and he still pulls in the big sponsors and everything. He's such a big name and people will still remember him. Oh, that Oscar De La Hoya when he was the world champion. He was a legend in the game. So I think he's trying to, maybe he misses the sport, seeing Canelo and seeing other fighters. Now Canelo's left him. Maybe, he wants to show the Mexican fans and the American fans that he is the biggest Mexican fighter out there, So I think, see, this can go a good way or bad way. I mean, he might come back and try to bring back the fans into boxing because he had a huge fan base with women, men, but then it can go wrong as well. God forbid he gets hurt very badly in that fight because, and look, he's old. And I know at one stage they were talking that, he'll even do a fight with me. And I was like, really, I respect Oscar. I think he's a great fighter and, he's someone I've looked up to. But I just don't think it's the right decision. End of the day, boxing is a very brutal sport when I've seen huge names who have tarnished their career by coming back and not performing yet.
How would you go along with that?
Everyone Amir is saying, I'm right behind it because, it doesn't really make sense at that kind of age to be putting his body through that kind of punishment in a training camp as you would, especially to perform at a top level. And,
Oscar said he's going to go into train, he's decided to train, yeah? Now, doing a bit of training is good, yeah? But when it comes down to going into a proper training camp, being dedicated, being disciplined, training, he's going to be like, forget that, I ain't going to do it. I honestly can't see him fighting again. But when he feels that pain and being away from his family and everything, and I can't see him fighting. I know he keeps saying he's going to come back. Is that just media? Is that just a bit of PR?
Yeah, I mean, he was on stage saying it at the Triller press conference recently. Maybe he sees an opportunity to make
it makes sense
money.
now. So now he wants to, maybe he's doing that to maybe get Triller on board. Look, it's a business move, you know what I'm saying? So is he dangling that carrot for that? But look, if he wants to come back, I'm open to sign a fight with him myself. Sorry, taking over this Tal Singh.
No.
But we'll have Tal on the card as well. He can fight Oscar Junior if there is an Oscar Junior there. But look, in boxing, we have to see where the best deals are. And like I said, if a fight with Oscar is out there, I mean, I'm not going to say no to it. I'd rather put my name out there now and say, look, I'd like to fight you if you want to do it. I mean, it'll make huge numbers. But at the same time, then again, I like him and, he's promoted me before. I just hope he doesn't get hurt. So he has to think wisely. We are friends and boxing is a very brutal sport, man.
Before I let you guys go, I want to talk about Meet the Khans, of course, which started 2 nights ago on BBC.
Yeah.
All episodes now available on iPlayer. Yeah, I mean, there were no real surprises for me because I've known you a long time, but I think it exposes a different side of you to a lot of people, which is a good thing.
That's me. I've always been like, you've known me a long time, Dan, and I've never been that arrogant person that people thought I was. The only time they probably saw me being a little bit arrogant or confident was when I had my opponent in front of me. You have to come across, like that. I don't think the British public have really seen the real side of me. I mean, that's just me, the way I am, what they're seeing on television. So it's nice that I got the opportunity to showcase that, this is me, this is Amir, this is how I live, this is who I am. And, so yeah, I mean, the messages I'm getting from people are so happy and saying, well, wow, we never expected you to be so nice and caring. And, you're a great father and you're a great family man. Look, what happened in the past, I've made my mistakes and, you learn from them and I'm a better person now. But it's a great chance for me to showcase that how I live my life and how I am as a person.
Was it an easy decision to make to let the cameras in? Because in the past, as you've kind of alluded to there, you haven't always been treated particularly well by the press, particularly the mainstream media. And then letting people in, I suppose you get a direct contact to the audience, but there's risk attached to that.
There's risk in everything. Look, there's a risk in letting people into your life and they can twist it. But I just want to show the real me. And if people don't like me, if I did something, look, doing a reality TV show, you have to be real with your public, your fans, and didn't see the real you. So that's the reason I did it, because I didn't do it just to show them, oh yeah, I'm only a nice guy. I'm just me. And guys, this is who you've been following all your career. This is who you've been supporting. This is a person whose fight tickets you buy and whose pay-per-views you buy. So I want to get them to see the real side of me. And I'm quite glad I did it now, because, people get to see what Amir Khan's all about and how serious I do my charity work, how serious I am with my boxing. And I think it's just a great way of insight of me getting out there to the public who are not only into boxing, but the general public outside of boxing.
I've only seen the first episode so far, but Tal, do you play a role in it? Will we see much of you?
I certainly do, yeah. You'll catch me in a couple of episodes, so keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah, but it's a good show, man. Honestly, the better it gets better and better. Yeah.
I'm sure. Well, it's all.
And look, I never want to go in there and show the money side and say, this how rich I am, so what I've got. No, I try to keep it. You see, there was some parts in there where I didn't really want to show some stuff, like the cars and stuff, because I'm like, nah, bro, it's not gonna come across like I'm gonna come across arrogant. People are gonna be like, oh, what cocky stuff. But they're like, nah, BBC really wanted me to show be the real me. Because look, you've got the cars, you've earned it, you've worked hard for it, you've got the houses and you've got the properties because you've worked so hard for it. And it's not only like I'm selfish where I think about myself. I'm building a banqueting hall there, which I'm going to be giving back to community, which I'm going to create like around about 300-400 jobs for people. I'm building at the back of the wedding hall, which I've built. I'm building the industrial units, commercial apartments. So I'm helping the community. I'm doing a lot of work in Bolton as well, At the same time, we do a lot of charity, so people get to see that side as well. I'm not only just a fighter, but, I'm like anyone in my position who would do what I'm doing as well.
Good stuff. Well, I'm glad that although you've got one foot kind of out the door in a sense with the managerial stuff and the TV show, you're still planning to fight again. Tal, I'm looking forward to your debut.
Please,
Amir believes in you. You must have a lot going for you, so I look forward to seeing what you've got to offer.
You know how many fights have come through my door and they've said we want to fight, but I only pick fighters who I know are going to not go far, but who work hard and who are going to be excited, who the fans want to see, and who have that spark. Otherwise, there's no point in me getting involved in it because I'm going to make myself look silly. So he has that spark, and I don't want to say too much. I'd rather have people see how he's going to perform.
Great stuff. Well, guys, I really appreciate your time. Look forward to seeing you both in action, hopefully later this year.
Yeah,
Definitely.
for sure. Definitely.
Amazing.
Take care, bro.
Thank you for
See
your
you
time.
soon, man.
Cheers. Take care.
Bye, Dan. See you later, Danny.